Hi guys, welcome back to Charlotte Area Living. My name is Julie Coffey and I serve the amazing people of the Charlotte area. Today we're talking about how to increase your home value by sprucing up your curb appeal. And it all starts with landscaping. I know what you're thinking. It's a seller's market, right? You don't need to put too much effort into that sale. Buyers are going to be banging on your door. And while that may be true, will it bring you top dollar? What happens if you're in a really hot area or a super large neighborhood and 10 other homes hit the market at the same time you do? What is going to entice a buyer to knock on your door rather than your neighbor's listing? Or maybe you've actually been on the market for a while. You've done some updates, maybe ripped out carpet, painted some rooms, installed new cabinets, and now you've staged. So why didn't that couple make an offer on your property? Unfortunately, even in a seller's market, that might not be enough. And it could have something to do with the fact that the outside of your home is covered in crabgrass and daylilies and ivy growing up the fence. Top it off with some overgrown hedges, some neglected mulch beds, and you've got a big problem. We've all heard the saying, curb appeal is what gets the buyer in the door. And the truth is that landscaping your property is essential for selling it for maximum value. Here's how to look at it. When you walk into a hotel, you might not ever recall the trees outside or the flowers planted around the property. You just see a put together space that welcomes you in. Things don't have to be magnificent, they just have to be well kept. And when landscaping isn't done properly or it's not maintained, it can make a place look downright shabby. Ideally, the time to get started cleaning up your yard is about a month before you plan on putting it on the market. So here are 5 of my favorite landscaping tips that I give to sellers. First, check your trees. Tree limbs may have overgrown and can pose a structural threat to your home. They can interrupt the view from the road and interfere with curb appeal. Plus, a note to keep in mind is that to remove any dead trees or tree limbs on the property for safety reasons. I can't tell you how many times we've had some big winds coming through the Charlotte area, and the next thing you know, there are downed trees and downed limbs all over the front yard and sometimes even sitting on top of the roof. So you don't want an insurance claim during a sale. So do a little due diligence before you list and make sure that your property is ready to go. Number 2, you should also make sure that mulched beds look clean and tidy and support a variety of growing environments for a diverse amount of plants. So when you're mulching, you're going to want to choose a deep color or even pine needles for maximum contrast against your flowers and your foliage. Third, make sure that your hedges are trimmed and orderly, and weed the property so it doesn't look neglected. Easy maintenance like boxwoods or holly only need a trim once or twice a year. Number 4, trim the grass. It seems like a no-brainer, but you would be surprised how many times I've pulled up to a property filled with overgrown or weedy grass. And when the yard appears unkempt, it causes potential buyers to question what else has been neglected in the house. Mowing is a simple and inexpensive remedy, and it's great exercise too. And finally, add some seasonal color, whether it's pots of annuals near the front door or a row of inexpensive reseeding perennials that will line your walkway. Nothing says welcome more than seasonal blooms. Visit your local garden center or your home repair outdoor shop for flats of cheap annual flowers. Except for the height of summer, there's usually enough random showers coming through our area to keep them hydrated. But if not, show them a little sprinkle love, especially right before a showing, and you're sure to see offers raining down. Just a word about blooms. Sometimes my clients are confused and not familiar with terms like annuals or perennials, and basically there's one major difference. Annuals, like begonias or pansies, are typically seasonal, they have a shorter life, and they don't come back. You can put them in a pot, and when they die off, you know that you can discard them. Perennials, on the other hand, usually reseed themselves and they come back every year. So you've probably passed like shocks of iris leaves long before the blooms show. Most bulb flowers like daffodils or crocuses will continue to pop up and surprise you year after year. Either one of these can be great, but understanding the difference between those two is important to know when you're making a buying decision. There's no need to spend extra money on something that the new owner may decide to rip out later. In my experience, landscaping is one of the best ways that sellers can update their curb appeal. It's also something most people can do themselves, which is great. Updating your home's landscaping increases the value of your home, it helps it sell quicker, and we all know that that is important. So even if you just spend a Saturday afternoon doing some yard work, it can make a world of difference on how your home shows. Or if you don't have the time or the inclination and you want to hire someone, contact me for some recommendations of some great landscapers that work in and around the Charlotte area. I'd also be happy to come by and give you a professional assessment of your home's curb appeal and talk about ways that we can maximize your effort and your profit. Are you convinced that you might need some guidance about the condition of your landscaping, but if you're thinking that you don't have any idea where to start? If you're thinking about selling, I can definitely help you through the process. Just send me a message or text me at 980-253-3633 for help and guidance. And don't forget that you can also leave comments in the video and I'll check back and be sure to answer. If you're already doing some landscape, definitely post some pics. I would love to see what you're up to. And finally, if you're a resident of the Charlotte area or you're preparing to move here, I want you to know that I have a brand new website featuring the best in the Charlotte area. So visit me at charlottearealiving.com to get a free home evaluation, search for new homes in the area, or to get weekly updates of fun events in our area sent directly to you. You can also find me at Charlotte Area Living on Facebook, where we have a free Facebook group, which is an amazing tribe of Charlotte area residents who are sharing all of the great news and events in the area. You can also find me on Instagram for more local news, articles, and events. So feel free to post any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat box because I always go back to answer questions. And hopefully you'll get out and enjoy what will soon be some sunshine in our area. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next episode of Charlotte Area Living. Bye.